Hello everybody, it's Michelle and I've got a really fun project for you guys today using our Beebeecraft clear glass globes. And these are the ones that are 25 by 27 millimeters. And I think this is going to be so much fun. This is the main one that I wanted to do when I first picked out these products. I had the idea to use some of these lampwork beads in my projects, but I didn't realize how large they were. So I had to come up with a new idea. That was going to go inside, but I thought they were much smaller. So I'm going to build a little Christmas tree bead charm to put inside of there, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. We'll go ahead and get started with that. And what I want to do is to build my bead charm upside down. So you guys may have seen my Christmas tree bead charm before. I used some larger bellflower beads to make a larger tree. And this is just the same concept with smaller beads. These are about 4 by 6. And look at that adorable tiny little tree you get. I think that's so cute. But see, it's upside down, and I'll show you guys why in just a minute. That's going to go from the bottom inside of our Christmas dome, but we have this lip down here and I need to boost my tree up a little taller above that. So I'm going to use a 6 by 8 bellflower bead, also upside down, just as a little bit of a snow mound underneath, and I think that makes it just perfect. And the reason I'm building it upside down is so that we don't have a loop at the top. We can hide that underneath. So I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to go ahead and do like I would with any bead charm. And just bend that over at about a 90-degree angle. Cut it down to about 1/4 of an inch. And roll it into a loop with my round nose pliers. And this is what we would normally hang it by if we were doing a normal bead charm. But in this case, the loop is just going to help hold it together. So then I'm going to bend that over to the side and we'll try to hide that underneath. So I've got my little upside down tree bead charm, and I'm going to use one of my Arteza Everblend alcohol markers, and this is in the color olive green, and just touch that head pin just a little, so we don't have that bright silver head pin showing. And while that dries, we're going to work on our globe a little bit. I've got a little punch out here that's about 3/4 of an inch, and I just used my confetti dots punch with all the different sizes of circles. But if you just have a 3/4 inch, you can use that. And I've got an ornament topper here that I took from one of the smaller plastic clear ornaments from Dollar Tree, and I just took my hanger and the ornament off of that. This is the size that you get from Dollar Tree that comes with 2 on the pack, so it's the smaller one. And I'm going to use that for the base of my dome. I am going to have to modify it, and you guys see where that has a jagged sort of edge. I'm just going to, I'll take my first one here and bend it out a little bit. And I'm just going to snip off that pointed part. And then I'm going to use that as a guide to go all the way around. So then just try to even it up as much as you can so it's not jagged. The goal is just to shorten it a little bit because it's a little taller than what I needed. So now I want to hold my tree down to the center of the base there, and I like that it's white because that helps with my snowy look. If any of it shows through my beads and whatever else I'm using as artificial snow, then it's going to blend right in. So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue, just the tiniest amount there, on the bottom of my bead charm, and stand it up right in the center of my little base there. And I'm going to hot glue that down inside of my little ornament piece here. And I'm doing that because it has holes in it. So I don't want any of my little micro beads falling out. Otherwise we would just be able to put our bead charm right to that little ornament piece. Now I'm going to use my little bead scoop to get some of these beads down into my globe. I'm spilling it everywhere, you guys. Now, to get an idea of how much snow that's going to be, I'm going to temporarily just hold this here and flip it upside down and see what we get. And I think that might actually be a little too much because it's covering one section of my tree. So let's take a little bit out. And while I've got my little scooper out here, I want to add just the tiniest amount of this snow white glitter. Okay, now let's see how that does. And I think that is gorgeous. And some of the glitter is sticking on the globe, giving it that snowy look. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of my hot glue around the edge again. Just make sure you don't leave any gaps because you don't want to leave space for your micro beads and glitter to be able to leak out. So I'm going to turn this upside down and put it on there. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a turn so that we spread that glue into an even layer. And hold that for just a second while it sets. Okay, now we can flip it back around and look how cute, you guys. I just love that. Okay, so now all I've got left to do, I think I'm going to use my little flat end here of my die release tool. And I'm just going to go around and press those in. They're just like little tabs. And then when you get it all pressed in around the edges, just flip it back over. And there is your little snow globe. I think that's adorable. And now I'm just going to finish it off with a little piece of red and white baker's twine. And this is just baker's twine from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut off a generous length so that I've got plenty of room to work. And this just helps decorate it a little and at the same time hide that little rough edge. So I'm just going to tie that into a knot right where that little rough edge comes and cover that up. And then I'm going to tie it into a bow. I'm going to tie my bow and then twist it around. My bows always seem to settle in nicer once I twist them around. Now I'm going to tighten that knot while my loops are still pretty big, and then I'm going to hold that knot while I pull my loops smaller. And then just snip off the excess. So there's your little miniature snow globe for fairy gardens or doll houses or even a little miniature Christmas village. I think it is so cute. So be sure to leave me a thumbs up if you liked it too. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a like over on my Facebook page. And be sure to join our Facebook group, Craftie Minds. Also follow me on Pinterest and Instagram. And don't forget to visit my blog. I'll have the links to everything in the description below, as well as links to get these products from Beebeecraft, so be sure and check those out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.